Hello everyone, and welcome to another challenge video from the WAMNO channel. I am just having an off day with my computer at the moment. This is probably the third time I am trying to do the voice recording for this video, but for some reason Audacity goes wrong every time. So when I've done some recording, it's screwed up and the computer says something about it has done something illegal, and bam, it crashes and I have to start over. I'm hoping that the third time will be the charm, but let's see what happens. We are right now in the Mackinac and the Botanica. Well, right now it's the Mackinac, but later on it's going to be the Botanica. These instances are starting to become a little bit of a challenge now. I didn't have huge problems taking the bosses down, or the trash for that matter. But it is starting to get a little bit more challenging. I have to be on my game, so to speak. I can't just, it's not just overkill anymore. And that's cool. I really love this, that you're actually getting the challenge that I was looking for when I did start this series. Now I know for you paladins out there and tank classes in general, this is a cakewalk for you guys. But for DPS class that don't necessarily have the health and so on to take all the damage, this is definitely more challenging for us, and therefore I think it's more fun. Okay, it is fun sometimes to be overpowered, no doubt about that. I love to go into some low-level instance and just trash everything. No one has any chance in, well, let's just say, use the old saying, it doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell. And I do love that. But it is also fun to sometimes be in a position where you really have to work for it in order to survive or to get to the next level or whatever you're doing in a specific game. So sometimes going into an instance like this, where it is somewhat of a challenge to do it, it just gives something to the game that I love and makes it more fun to play and keeps me coming back. This will of course also make it very interesting, and I'm looking forward to trying it. But when Cataclysm do come out and we do get a little better geared than just as soon as we reach 84, I'm going to start working on doing the same challenge series for Lich King Heroics. And from what I've seen so far, this is not necessarily going to be as difficult, even though it's only 5 levels. Because right now, when I'm going into an instance, I do have about 25k health. But with the gear, and this is not even necessarily epic gear, this is just gear that isn't even appropriate for Cataclysm Heroics, there is actually a normal, for DPS, a normal health pool is about 85k health. And that means that, yes, okay, we are only gaining 8 or 5 levels in Cataclysm. So the difference in levels between a Lich King Heroic in Cataclysm as to a Burning Crusade Heroic in Lich King, it's only 5 levels. But keep in mind that those 5 levels, or we are going to miss in Cataclysm, don't necessarily mean that much. Because, okay, so you won't get 10 of a specific, or stamina for example. You're only going to get 5. But the big boost in stamina and agility and spirit and so on, that is from the gear. And in order to make gear, to get us to change the gear we have now to something better, means that they're going to have to put more stats on as we go further and further and further. Keep in mind that when we went into Nax, when we got to 80, some of the raids, the bosses had a specific health pool. And in ICC, we have trash that has the same amount of health as bosses did in the first raids we did in the same expansion. So what this will mean for challenges in Wrath of the Lich King or in Cataclysm, I'm not sure. I am going to looking forward to trying it those and see if it's going to be insanely easy or challenging, or if it's just going to be impossible. But I think we just have to wait until Cataclysm comes out and we try it out and see what actually is going to happen. And so we had complete success with these 2 instances, and we are ready to go on to the next ones. This week we are going to go to the Shattered Halls and the Steam Vault. Now you do know probably, but if you don't know, you will need a key in order to enter the Shattered Halls. you will see a short video in the end on the side of the screen of the mob that you have to kill in order to start the quest chain. It's not a big or difficult quest chain, but I will also put a link to it in the bottom bar, so you will see, if you don't have the key yet, where to go to get the key. And I think that is just about it for this video. Remember to log on to and join my Facebook group so you can get the latest information on Cataclysm. I do have a lot of stuff coming in Cataclysm. I have gotten my main into, well, it's not in yet, but it will be transported into Cataclysm very shortly. So check up there and join. And if you're not subscribed yet, then do so. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and to see you very soon. Good night, guys.